Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to build the F-16 CJ in 1/48 scale from Tamiya. It's one of the best kits available out there in this scale and I really wanted to see what I can make out of it. I'm using the Eduard Aftermarket parts for this build and I will be doing the entire paint and weathering job in this. So stay tuned. Please hit a like and a subscribe if you find this video useful. And thank you for watching. The assembly starts with the cockpit. I also add in the ejection sheet while I am making this. And the Eduard parts come in two different types. There's a not painted photo etch part and there is also painted photo etch part. The painted photo etch parts I will be putting later in the build so that I do not cover it with the primer and the colors. I also add in the air intake parts because it had a lot of undercarriage photo etch. After this, Vallejo primer is used to prime all the surfaces. After painting the cockpit base and the chair, I start making the details with acrylic. I did not do further highlights because most of it will be hidden under the ejection sheet and under the other colored photo etches. The Eduard parts fitted in perfectly with the cockpit panels and it looks really nice after putting in these parts. I cover it with Vallejo satin varnish and get it ready for the weathering. Next, I create a wash using oil paints, mainly burnt umber, burnt sienna, black and white, and a bit of odorless thinner from AK. And I use this wash for the cockpit parts. The excess wash is later removed with a cotton swab dipped in odorless thinner. I seal in the effects done till now with a layer of Vallejo matte varnish. The canopy is then masked. I am using 1mm masking tape as well as the thicker ones. The 1mm tape is especially useful for navigating around small areas and the thicker tape for larger surface areas. I had also removed the seam line on this canopy and hopefully in the future I will release a video of how to do it efficiently. After masking the canopy, I will put it in on the actual model with a drop of PVA glue. Using super glue in this case will actually fix it permanently. PVA glue is transparent, so at the end of the painting process, you can easily open it up if you want to display an open canopy. I finally glue the two pieces of the canopy together and fix it with some cloth pins. The fit is almost perfectly fine, like it is with rest of all the other pieces. The painting process starts with priming the entire model. For this, I'm using the Vallejo primer, a tiny bit of airbrush thinner along with the primer with a zero point 0.5 millimeter nozzle is absolutely perfect for this task. The exhaust nozzle was first primed with Vallejo gloss black primer. This forms a solid base for the remaining colors and the weathering later. And then I painted it with Vallejo jet exhaust. After this process, I marked off certain areas and painted the details. This is what it looks like, and I am quite satisfied with the result. The other details are painted with Vallejo metallic aluminium. The insides of the nozzles were painted with Vallejo off-white and with Amo MIG warm sand yellow. Now for pre-shading, I go back to the fuselage and highlight the panel lines with black. I do the same for the fuel tanks and for the missiles. And after this, I create the highlights with white color. I try to draw random patterns with this white color without actually covering the previous black pre-shading which I have done for the panel line junctions. It a bit further, I highlight specific areas with warm sand yellow color or with blue color. This will give me a different tone for the different panels. So this is what it looks like after the pre-shading stage. For the painting, I used very translucent thin layers of acrylic paint mixed with thinner and gradually built it up to the original color. It needs to be taken care so that the pre-shading work done in the previous step does not disappear completely with the new painting. For this, I used a new color, Ataka Hobby, and I found these colors to be quite nice. For the upper fuselage, I re-highlighted again a few panels with white color because I wanted a more faded look for certain areas. Next, I painted on all the details. There is quite a lot of different colored parts in the wheelbase. I also painted the details on the missiles and the accessories or the weapons in this stage. I am using Eduard Aftermarket sets for this kit. At this stage, I put on these colored photo etch parts. I did not put it before, otherwise it would have got covered with the color. So now I put in all the cables, the wirings, etc. of the undercarriage. These photo etch parts really make the model much more detailed and realistic. I further changed the tone of few panels with a very diluted acrylic paint. This is to differentiate the panels and to create a more interesting effect on a blunt gray surface. I took care so that this filter does not contradict the pre-shaded color that I had already put. To do some small wear and tear. So with a thin brush and also sometimes with a sponge, I made some slight scratches on a few panels, and especially near the cockpit where the ladder is put for the pilot to get up and down. So in relevant areas, I made some wear and tear using a lighter colored tone. From the pictures I found online, the wear and tear is especially prominent on these fuel tanks. The entire model with a layer of gloss varnish before the decals, because this will prevent the decals from silvering. The decals were then fixed with Vallejo decal softener. They were wetted with water, they are water slide decals. And after they have dried up for a couple of minutes, I brushed it with the Vallejo decal softener. This was especially useful for sinking the decals into recessed areas. If you're enjoying it so far, please do not forget to hit the like and the subscribe button. After finishing the decals, I cover everything with a layer of satin varnish. Used or the weathered look of the model, I apply a filter mainly with white, a slight tint of yellow, an enamel filter all over the plane. This is applied in really thin layers and builds up over several times. I do the streaking effects. I use a brownish tone for the underside, especially burnt umber or burnt sienna mixed with a bit of black, especially from grills, exhausts, etc. A more diluted version of this oil colors, I apply it in the panel lines as a wash. The upper part of the fuselage, I used a dark gray wash. I avoided using a black wash because it will make the model really dark. To clean it up, I used odorless thinner, dipped in a brush, or wiped off the hard stains with a napkin or a cotton swab wetted in odorless thinner. To bring in some more variations in the color tones, I did a small oil dot filtering, and it really helped to enhance the different reflections from different panels. More streaking effects to the fuel tanks, to the lower fuselage, and also to the upper fuselage with some oil paints. The oil paints are really versatile in this case. If you do not like it, you can remove it for quite some time. You can mix it into specific color tones as seen on the real aircraft. So for the lower side of for the lower fuselage of the plane, I used a mixture of burnt umber especially with some white and some blacks. And for the upper part of the plane, I used dark gray. And in the direction of airflow, that is from the front to back. I finally put on all the missiles and accessories on the plane and put a layer of matte varnish on the main fuselage to cover all the effects that I had done. Increases the durability of the model also to prevent the paint from getting ruined, and also provides a matte finish to the entire structure like it is in real life. Alright, that's it for today's video. If you found this helpful or enjoyed it in any way, please make sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And please don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. I'd also love to hear your thoughts, so please drop a comment below and let me know what you think. Thank you for watching.